Hmm. Okay. Who are you talking to? Is that you? Yeah. Okay.
Sean said love and peace, brother.
Okay. Sean's on already? Holy shit.
Sean said love.
Wait. What's up, Sean? I saw Bob is still on. I was like, I'm not going to compete with Bob. There's no way.
Charles Bronson says, Irish, what's up, bro?
Hey,
Little tattoo action.
Mr. Bronson. Yes, sir. Nothing like a little blood infection on Memorial Day weekend. And it sucks I can't play music. Or can I wonder if I can play Bob's band, the Judas Priest thing. Because he makes that music. I'm wondering if I could play it. You think? I'm talking to you.
Oh, I don't know if
You're the only one
if he
here.
gives you permission. Mr. Bob needs to give you permission for that.
I have to pay him royalties. I figure I'll make about 5 cents off this video. So if I give Bob 2.5 cents, we're business partners. Okay. Are you guys watching both? Are you watching Bob still too? Let me see. What am I going to do? I'm going to do that one. You guys are going to see me deface my own skin. Royalties to the man with 4 Rolls Royces. He's been on there all day. That joker don't get tired, man. I give it to him. Bob's a freaking stud. What is that? What I'm trying to do with this channel, I'm trying to get enough subscribers to my other channel that I could go live, and that will be all tattoos, and that's it. Because this channel is primarily for politics.
Charles says, yeah, I got both channels on. Yeah, he does some marathons.
I don't know how he does it. I don't think Bob sleeps. Charles, you're still coming out here for his party, right? Okay, let me see. I wish, I hope that we could make it to that thing, my wife and I. Just to go to Vegas that weekend would be cool. And then just pop in. He's booked at the Palms from the 27th to the 3rd. We never stayed at the Palms. The only one we ever stay at is the Park MGM.
Or New York, New York.
Yes, or New York, New York. The Palms, isn't the Palms, isn't that a Hugh Hefner place? That's the, like, adults only place, isn't it? That's where they always have those parties up on the roof. Haven't been to Vegas in nearly 35 years. Dude, everything has changed. You're gonna shit when you see everything. I came out here and I came out to California and shit, I don't even know. 95 or 96. And from then, leaps and bounds, man, everything. Ah, I missed a cup. I thought Bob was going to boot me today from the show. He was, we were talking about gays, and I told him about the gay that I had in the military. That was my battle buddy, Mendez. We had some of the funniest stories in that foxhole, man. Bob told me, easy Irish. All right, it seems dark in here, doesn't it? Maybe it's just me.
Do you want to turn that one on?
No, because I'm gonna use this.
And Charles says, "Wow, you're really doing your own thing."
Yes, sir. Well, it depends on what you define as ink. If I'm just scarring myself up, yes. What I'm going to do, I just did this one. I don't know if you can see it. Traditional dove. I'm just going to do another one on this side. Okay. That means dash, dash, and dash. I'm gonna have to take my sweatshirt off in a little bit. When I start inking, I start sweating. God, I wish I could play music, man.
Charles says, yeah, he said chill, but was a joke.
I know.
Stencil and outline then colored later or all at once?
No, I'm gonna do, it's black and white only, so the only color that I'm gonna throw into the mix is gonna be white. So it's not a long, I mean, it's only gonna take me a little bit. You see how big it is. I'm gonna use And again, I'm going to be doing this only because I'm going to be switching it over to the tattoo channel, and when people want to look at that. So this might be like French to you, but for the people that have tattooed, 7-round liner I'm going to be using. I'm also going to be using my Mast Pro Archer set at 7.8. It was funny the last time that Bob did a live show. I told I told him that I just gave my daughter a tattoo and I came back and you're still on. And he was like, "That's the most white trash thing I've ever heard." That's awesome.
Charles says, got all my ink done in the Philippines years ago, but it also looks fresh. Color fade just a bit, and shrinkage from my skin getting older. I'm nearly 61.
61? You're still a baby. Dude, as you get older, the skin does crazy things. Your tattoos will change. They'll obviously fade over time. You just got to go in for a freshen up. I would love to do something like that. It's a pre-existing tattoo, and all you have to do is go in and just recolor it. You know what? I think I'm going to take this off because I'm starting to sweat already.
Charles says, I remember that live and exact conversation.
Did you get it? Because Charles laughed too. That shit was funny. Okay, so for new tattoo people, I already shaved the area yesterday, so that's already covered. And again, my mixture is going to be, I have 4 cups. I have 1 full, I have 1 drop, 4 drop, and 1 8 drop. Let's see here. I want to make sure that it's dry completely because I kind of rushed it a little. The worst thing in the world is to start a tattoo and miss the design halfway through.
Charles says, my skin got papery thin recently from weight loss and Ozempic.
Oh, so, yeah, and then, so you have that elasticity problem with the weight loss. My battle. I'd point the camera over there, but my honey's over there. She's like Rachel. She doesn't like to be on. How many tattoos do you have, Charles? You slammed out? The only thing that sucks about tattooing yourself is sitting effeminate. Ooh, that spot was tender. What are you doing, Mamo? I got forearms, upper and lower shoulder areas, no complete sleeves, so you can see them clearly. Oh, so you got a Boston sleeve. That's what they call that. Oh, and you live in Boston. That's awesome. I don't know why I don't know why they call it a Boston sleeve. I know that one of my biggest idols is from Boston, and you knowing my name would make sense. Whitey Bulger. What do you think about him? From a Bostonian, what do you think about Whitey Ford or Whitey Ford, Whitey Bulger? He was supposedly like the Robin Hood, ridding Boston of Italians. Wife beaters. I used to wear a wife beater. Shit, I haven't worn one of those in a long time. Buddy, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come here. Oh, my wife has ice cream. So Buddy is hanging tight.
Charles says, yeah, they set him up, sending him to population. My high school classmate.
He was your high school classmate? No.
Dick.
Oh,
Colbert.
oh yeah. The Italian. The Italian.
That was his
That's crazy. They set him up for failure, man. How are you gonna put somebody, how did that even, how did people not lose their job for that? That's what I'm confused about. You have somebody in PC, some high profile, like extremely high profile. You had the FBI involved. This isn't a regular Joe that's walking around the street doing crime. And then you're gonna have a family member put in the same cell or the same area with him? I don't get it. One of my favorite movies is Black Mass. Black Mass is real close, and then also The Irishman. Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci. It's on Netflix original. That is incredible. What you doing, mi amor? What happened? Yeah, we actually went to my in-laws yesterday for a graduation party, but every time we leave the house, we don't leave our dog, we don't leave him alone. We try to get like a babysitter or something for him because we just lost our other pup. But when I left the house yesterday, I put The Irishman on for him because that's the longest movie that we have. It's 3 hours long. They just pleaded out to the beating death. They transferred him for medical reasons, supposedly, but we're not for the infirmary. Yeah, I'm a retired deputy, and I've worked in the jail before, and I know that when you get people like that, high-profile people, they're isolated. You don't have anybody even coming near them. Not to mention a family member of the person that you incarcerated. That doesn't even make sense to me. Are you a Southie? Heard those Southie boys, man. Those Southie boys are crazy. Well, again, using the Mast Pro Archer, I'm set at 7.8. I'm using a 7-round liner and doing a Nat traditional dove. Or I think I am. Ooh, that made my leg twitch. Sucks when you're tattooing yourself and your leg twitches. Who are you gonna blame that on? I can't blame the client. FBI Revenge, I assume, Senators and North Irish. I'm Italian and Irish, best of both worlds. The Italians. Growing up, the area that I lived in was primarily Italian, which, if you watch The Irishman, that's where Joe Pesci worked, which was in Plains, Pennsylvania. I think it was Plains Draperies and something like that. Well, that's not far where I grew up. Being Irish and growing up, we had a lot of, where I grew up, we had a lot of Polish, Italian, I think that was it, like primarily a lot of Polish, man, with the skis in their last name. There was a guy that I was watching on YouTube. Anyone any tattooer I'll watch. You show love. This cat, I was watching him for a while, and he was doing real good. And then I noticed he had an ankle monitor on. And I don't want to necessarily, I don't want to give up on him, because maybe he's trying. Well, he ain't trying that hard, because I think that motherfucker got thrown back into jail because he closed his goddamn channel up.
Charles says, I think he's referring to what you guys were talking about. That was America back in the 60s.
Yep. That's when it was a better society back then, when people followed the rules and, well, other than the mafia. But the mafia controlled the streets as well. There was street justice. You didn't have none of this bullshit that's going on today. People acting like animals.
Irish, Polish, Italian, and Portuguese.
That's what you are? Oh. Don't even tell me that's what you are. Irish, Polish, Italian, and Portuguese. That'd be a crazy mix. Okay. I am going to switch needles. I'm going to go to let me see.
There was respect back then.
Yes. Yes, sir. I'm going to go to a 003 round liner. So I'm going to do some, I think I'm going to do some dot shading. I might go in with a heavier needle.
Charles says, no, I'm Italian and Irish only.
Is that really your name, Charles Bronson? That's probably, I mean, I grew up, obviously, with Death Wish. I'm 50, how old am I? 53? I'm gonna be 54 this year. So my library of movies and shit is pretty tits on. Charles Bronson was awesome. Okay, this is uncomfortable as hell. How long were you in the military for? I was in for 7 years. All CONUS, nothing over.
No, it's my screen name only.
Oh, okay. That's a badass screen name. The only thing better than that would be Chuck Norris. See, I used 2 different stencils, and I think, let me see.
Charles responded to your question. He said 17 years. Military?
Yeah. What'd you get out at? And Army? What was your MOS? I was Bravo, 11 Bravo. 17 years, man, that's a long time. I'm sure you've seen some desert too, huh? With 61, I'm thinking you probably went Desert Storm and then what, Iraqi Freedom? If you got out Desert Shield? See, I went in 94 when Desert Storm was just about to end, and I got out before 9/11. I got out in March 2001. I like the idea of vigilante justice in today's society. Amen, sir. But here's the thing, we don't need vigilante justice if parents would just do their fucking job. Kick the shit out of their kids. We were just watching something today with people ringing doorbells in vests, trying to gain access into people's residences. That is some fucked up shit. That is messed up. And in the video, it has them going to the door, and they have masks on. 2 of them are wearing hoodies. The other one's wearing a vest. The 3 of them have masks on. Oh my God. You could tell right away. The people refused to open up the door. And then when they walked away because they wouldn't let them in, they walked down the street. The guy came out of the house, looked down the street to see these guys, and they ran back towards them while they're pulling out guns from their waistband. Luckily, the homeowner and his wife got back in the house. Fuck. Try that at, I told my wife, I could defend myself against 2. But you start throwing 3 people in the mix and 4 people in the mix, there's no way. There's no way. I mean, Conor McGregor would have a hard time. And that's how they fight nowadays. Fucking cowards, man. Nobody could fight mano a mano. Oh, you know what? Yep, see? I figured. Dude, thank you for your service, Charles. Fucking hooah. Were you a devil dog? Is that what it is? And I'm sorry if that's not the term. I don't know if it's a bad thing to call you a devil dog. I think a devil dog is the people that graduated, is it in North Carolina? Or is it devil dog out in, no, Hollywood Marine is out in West Coast. I get confused. It's the drugs, Charles. Oh. The devil dogs. I always got along with Marines. A lot of people did it. But I think if you go up to anybody new and you show arrogance, they're not going to like you. And I never did that. I was always cool with everybody. I never had a problem with anybody in any branch. I've never been in a fight, I don't think, no, I was one, but I guess everybody gets in a fight there. Okay, again, I'm switching up to 003 liner. If I could open it. I have a super rough hand. So when I'm doing tattoos, I have a tendency to forget to be soft. And I use a dry towel instead of putting the proper solvent on. So my wife is correcting me with that. Right, babe? You're the one who told me you have to be soft.
Yeah, or else it's like sandpaper.
I know. That's what I was saying. I saw, Charles, I don't know if you follow History Hunters. History Hunters is an awesome show. The guy that's on there is incredible. He should be a professor in some school for history. He knows so much. And the one he just did was on John Dillinger. You might find it interesting. John Dillinger, Bonnie and Clyde. That was the era. And in Las Vegas, they have what is it called? The gang museum? The mob museum. I want to go to that. Trying to clean up my lines a little. For the most part, they're good, but the problem is with my angle, the angle of my dangle, my wrist starts popping up. So I can't tattoo like that. It hurts. And I have nowhere to rest it on over here. So my hand is all shaky and shit. Right, babe? Master Sergeant, First Sergeant, hoorah! I have History Channel and watch periodically. Yeah, that guy's awesome. How's your VA over in Boston? Out here, it's pretty decent. A lot of people talk shit about it, but they help me. Let me see. I'm gonna see how I'm gonna shade this thing. I'm looking at it upside down. Let me see. Oh, yeah. I've been to Alcatraz. Unfortunately, I went with somebody that really wasn't into it as much. And you have a headset you're supposed to wear, and you walk throughout this thing, and they'll tell you, okay, through this cell, this is where this happened, and everything is
Pre-recorded, guided?
yes, it's all guided, pre-recorded and guided. But when you walk straight through the thing, you're not going to understand what the hell they're talking about, and I really didn't get to appreciate it. And so my wife and I, we're going to hit that thing.
Charles says VA in Bedford, Hanscom Airfield is better than the Jamaica VA in Boston.
Oh. Yeah, we have one down here well, we have several, but the one that I go to is close to my home. But I mean, we have the one down in Loma Linda, California, which is a good one. And then down in LA, there's one. But obviously, if you go down to LA, you have to deal with all the homeless and everything else that are down there, which I have no problem with. But you're going to be sitting in the VA next to somebody that hasn't wiped their ass in months. It's not fun.
Charles said, I believe Whitey was there back in the old days. Wasn't Whitey in Alcatraz?
Yes, he was. Yes, he was, sir. Al Capone. Shit, the way shit's going now, I'll bet you anything the Dems want to open it up, throw fucking Trump back in there. I mean, they throw Al Capone in there. Why not? I think it's cool that Bob lets us talk about politics there. And I think it's cool that he's a Republican as well. I mean, that's a no-brainer, right? You take one look at him and you know he's a cool guy. I really hope that You can meet him someday. That'd be cool. Put a name with a face. Okay. Now, what the shit did I do with my iPad? No? I'm just looking at the picture and I'm trying to, because there's no shading on it, so I'm just gonna wing it.
You want me to get it for you?
No. I'm just gonna wing it. I have the other one, and I'm just gonna use that. It's just,
You want me to go get it for you?
no, I mean,
You
That's
have
when.
it on there? On the iPad? Do you have it on?
no, I have to look it up. Oh, you've obviously been to Fenway, right? How's that new stadium? Is it a new stadium that they put up in place of Fenway? Since COVID, I really haven't been following a lot of sports, to be quite honest. It kind of ruined it. Well, it didn't ruin it for me. I got other things to do than to sit and watch baseball all day. Fenway Park. Fenway Park is the home of the, what is it, the big green wall? I hope that's what it is. I told my wife one day I want to go to Washington, D.C. is one place I want to go. Or we want to go. And Boston I would love to go to. I've never been to either. Boston, because of the history, man, that place is insane. The Salem witch trials, I mean everything. Plymouth Rock. That's where we set foot. How could you not want to visit it? How come you don't have a channel, Charles? Go live?
No, still only Fenway Park with the Green Monster. But they built a park like Fenway in
Nowhere? In Worcester? Or semi-pro? Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, the big green wall. That's what they called it. And then there's something about the bricks. I don't know if did they rip the bricks out? I don't know. I know something's going on with those bricks that surround the building. But yeah, you could hit it over that goddamn wall, man. That wall's got to be 375, and then how tall is it? You got fucking 50-foot tall fucking wall. I don't know what to do with the body.
born and raised here. Sometimes I don't appreciate all the history here.
growing up in Pennsylvania, I never appreciated the history until now. That's how we are, man. People in general, we take for granted the place that we live without truly appreciating it. And it's a sin because everywhere you live, we just drove to my son's graduation in in Colorado. Dude, I saw the most beautiful views I have ever seen in my life. And the fact that it's right in our backyard is amazing. I'm disabled. Aw, man. Don't tell me that. Sorry to hear that, bro. I actually, when I was a sheriff's deputy, I was a major accident investigator, so I have a lot of head trauma. And even being CONUS, you still see things in the military. But I'm sure nothing compared to what you have. I hate leaving my house. As a matter of fact, my Jeep just broke down, blew a hose. I'm not gonna have a vehicle for, well, I haven't had it all week. It's Friday I turned it in. I'm probably not gonna see it until Thursday or Friday of next week, and I don't even give a shit because I don't go anywhere. I have a 2021 Jeep Wrangler Willie, and it's got 15,000 miles on it. I go nowhere. I hate the public. And it doesn't help that I live in the same town that I worked in. So it's kind of like pissing where you sleep. Ooh, that's much softer when I put liquid on there. Babe. Trying to figure this out. Let me try. Right now I'm winging it. Do you drink, Charles? I know for me, well, with the medication they put me on, it's not really good to be drinking while you're doing those medications, but sometimes you can't help it. I used to drink like an 18 pack a day I would be knocking out, right? At least. And then during COVID, man, that being home all day, well, I mean, I'm home all day regardless. People talk about COVID pounds, COVID beers.
Charles is my car. I bought in 2018, brand new, and it just turned 19,000 miles. I love being home with my wife and daughter. They go out more than me.
Amen. That's how I am. My girls are never home, and my wife works. This is like, well, my son came over today to work out because we have a nice gym. He came over to work out and then he leaves. So this is a rarity. Usually, well, my one daughter is home and her boyfriend is usually here. My other daughter, I never see her anymore. She just had her wisdom teeth taken out and I got to see her for 2 days. It was great. I forgot who the hell she was at first. She kind of warmed out her welcome when the first day she asked me if she could have $50. Like, I gotta pay her to be my friend. I gotta pay my daughter to be my friend, babe.
I quit smoking and drinking and everything in between except for my many medications. I owned a go-go bar in the Philippines and drank and smoked like a champion.
What? Jesus. The Philippines. So, okay, so you did you serve over in the Philippines? Because I don't know if there's a military installation, Marine Corps over there, but I'm gathering that that's probably where you met your wife. I hope. My daughter is applying to get into West Point Military Academy in 2 years. That's awesome. Trump just spoke there. I actually have it on my. Oh no, Biden did. Biden did. I'm so sorry. I have a Biden speech at West Point. It was freaking sad as shit. Nobody gives a shit about that guy. I have oh, I got that. I did this one. My daughter's applying. Oh yeah. My two oldest, my daughter's 33, my son's 22, married with 2 grandchildren each. 32 and see, my kids are 24. I have 2 daughters that are 24. My son is 22, and my other daughter is 21. While I'm here, I'm going to fix this thing up. This is a Nat traditional eagle with the U.S. emblem. I might as well completely destroy both legs, Charles. The dot shading is probably the worst for beginners doing yourself because it hurts. It hurts a lot.
What hurts a lot?
Well, it's not that bad. I bet. My wife was telling me earlier that dot shading hurts like hell, and I kept telling her, no, it doesn't. Dot shading's not bad at all. I'm here to tell you I was wrong. Babe. Is Bob still on? I wish he would do a rehearsal. Ah, I forgot to put the shit on there. I'll keep doing that. I gotta remember that when I'm giving people tattoos. I think this is more sadomasochism than it is anything. Or it's just because my wife won't let me tattoo her. We drove by on the way home from my son's graduation. We were driving through Vegas. They had this huge, it's called EDM, what is it? Electronic dance music, I guess, I'm gathering. But it's a bunch of, it's like those, man, you should see the traffic. That shit was crazy. Both sides of the 15, well, no, not both sides of the 15. Both lanes of the 15 going northbound were incredibly packed. It was standstill traffic, man. I told my wife that we were going to stay at Bill's or Bob's house, that I had to give him a call when we got to the city. All right. I think this is...
I shut Bob off as I was talking to my son on the phone.
Bob's still on there. Does Bob go to sleep? Huh? What are you laughing over there? Bob's a warrior. He's got a beautiful idea. Just turn the camera on and just work in the garage. I mean, that's seriously, that's what I should do, is just put the camera over here and just tattoo. Damn it. There are some areas that I have to touch up.
Charles says most traveled day in history was Friday.
For Memorial Day traffic. I think, and I don't know why, but I think the East Coast has the most military personnel. I think it's more on the East Coast than the West Coast. There's more military installations and everything.
Charles says Bob gotta be a bit careful approaching 50 and running nonstop.
Him and I are about the same age. I was born in 71, which means Bob was probably born in 73 or 74. I'm gonna use a shader. I'm gonna go to a 9. No, you know what? I'm gonna fix this line up. Babe, I'm doing tattoos all over the place. Sometimes I come out here at nighttime, Charles, and I find my wife tinkering with my tattoo machine to try to break it, so I can't tattoo myself. Right, babe? Hello, babe? What I need to do is figure a way to do this so it doesn't hurt my goddamn leg.
Charles said I was born in 63, 1 month before JFK was assassinated.
Oh. I love watching, well, JFK with Kevin Costner is a really good movie. Really good movie. Anything with JFK, with the conspiracy theories, I love to watch. It's funny when I say that the only people that know about what happened to JFK were buried with their own shovel. So they killed people and then they were killed. You don't fuck with the government, man. That's why I'm worried. The government has tried everything to hold Trump down. Everything, right? Nothing has worked. It's only helped him. I fear something bad is going to happen. And I truly hope I'm wrong. He's so unpredictable. Look at the bodega when he went walking down to the bodega. I mean, people are telling him, don't do this shit. I think he's got a God complex. I think he thinks that he's completely unstoppable, and I think that that might be his demise, is his arrogance. But again, I hope I'm wrong. I'm sweating like a freaking animal. I saw, and I don't know if you heard me talking about, well, I started that conversation with Bob about with Gene Simmons. I was interested to see, because I was watching a special on Gene Simmons and they were saying that he was just a dick, like all these famous people, Tom Petty, John Bon Jovi, uh, um, 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 I mean rock stars too, Slash, all these people. And I just wanted to hear it from Bob, like what kind of person Gene is.
Sean says, cheers, bro. A smile face.
Hey, Sean. What's up, my brother?
Charles said, okay, Irish. Unfortunately, I got a call tonight. My daughter is marching tomorrow morning with the high school band for Memorial Day Parade.
All right, brother. Take care. Thanks for stopping by, Charles. Seriously, man. Put me on your notifications. We'll try to do this again, brother. If not, I will meet you over at Bob's channel. I will see you over there as well. The first time I went on Bob's channel, because Charles Bronson was one of my heroes growing up, I hit him up right away and he was cool. Is Bob still on, Sean? I was trying to wait for him because I didn't want to try to go on the same time. Plus, I'd like to watch him. But he was staying on, man. It's like a Jerry Lewis telethon. Like he'll stay on for 7 days straight, man. That guy's crazy. Well, I think I pretty much finished this leg.
Sean said, laugh out loud. Yeah, he is dead too.
Oh, his channel. Why is this doing this? I was following him the whole day. Well, not, I was with him the whole day, and I had to stop. I could watch Bob all day, man. And what I want to do, this is funny. What I want to do is watch all of his videos. I'm gonna and go through them. Dude, he says some fucking funny things, man. And I'm gonna make a compilation of all the funny shit that he says. And what I'll do is I'll send it to Charles. And Charles, when he goes to his party, he could play it for him. Because I've heard Bob say some funny shit. I don't think he realizes how funny he is. Okay. Where is? There it is. How long was I on for? 79 minutes. And I caught 2 blood infections. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. I got that one. And this little guy. There. Fix that one. And this one. Now what I'm going to do, I know I'm going to add color, but regarding color, I think I'm just going to add white into this one. I'm going to do something, I'm going to add some white into here. Into the head, the wings. Yeah, let me see if I can clean that up a little. And again, Sean, you don't have to stay here, dude. I'm just trying to get my watch hours in because I'm trying to build up my other channel. I know this tends to be boring. I'm not as fun as Bob. Bob's a rare entity. And what I should be doing right now, Sean, is I should be playing your freaking music. But then if I do that, then they'll ban my shit. Which sucks. Because that is an awesome track that you put together, man. I love that track. I think the only thing we could play on this channel is you can't even do that music, that ad-free music, can you? You know what I'm talking about? The one we do the videos to, like the GIV does.
Sean said I'm just puttering in my shop.
How's the weather over in Saskatchewan, right? I remember that. Here it's about, what do you think it is, 75 outside?
Let me see. 65.
65 out here. And it's, it was really nice today outside, actually. I like using this white. The problem is, because my legs are so white, when I try to pack this color in, it turns my skin like beet red. I think it's because of my skin is old too. Eventually, I want to black out my whole leg, but my wife won't let me yet. But I figure if I get enough shitty tattoos, she'll want me to cover them up. Right, babe?
Wishful thinking.
Huh. Okay. Let me see. Where's my... I had it. No. For my design, I'm trying to figure out. I'll do this. See, I'm bleeding. I don't know why. I drank today, but not a lot. I think it's the age thing. When they say it's hard because of the old skin, it doesn't pack. That's what I'm finding out. Now that I'm getting older, my the tattoos aren't sticking as much. Hey, Sean, how did you become a moderator over at Bob's channel? I don't know why I keep talking about Bob.
I know it's like
It's an obsession?
IrishGip slash Bob.
Okay, again, for anybody watching this, because it's going to be obviously pre-recorded and there's nobody watching it now. Masked archer using I'm using big wasp needles. Okay. Oh, yeah, what I should do, you know what I'm gonna do? Fuck this. Flippin'. We're gonna put Trump on in the background.
That's why I came to speak at this libertarian convention.
I wish I had my, if I had my iPad, I'd put it right here.
We're gonna have a lot of fun. Well, in the last year, I've been indicted by the government on 91 different things. So, if I wasn't a libertarian before, I sure as hell am a libertarian now. And unlike Joe Biden, I don't throw people in jail for disagreeing with me. I don't do that. I want to thank some people that have been really outstanding, and they are great libertarians and great people. Ambassador Rick Grinnell, Senator Mike Lee.
Here, we're gonna do it this way.
Kash Patel, and Senate candidate who's going to win.
Hold on, I gotta change my gloves.
Hung Cow. I also want to pay our deepest respects to the two young missionaries from Missouri,
Gracias.
Davy and Natalie Lloyd, that were viciously killed yesterday in Haiti. It was a horrible thing, and I just want to pay our respects to their families. They're great families,
What happened in Haiti?
incredible people, and it's a very, very sad moment. What happened was so horrible. So, Davy and Natalie, please, thank you very much. I also like to express my gratitude to all the fierce champions of freedom in this room. You are champions of freedom.
Yeah.
And I'm here to talk to you about
We're gonna have a lot of fun.
left-wing fascism.
Well, in the last year, I've been indicted by the government on 91 different things, so if I wasn't a libertarian before, I sure as hell am a libertarian now.
A libertarian.
And unlike Joe Biden, I don't throw people in jail for disagreeing with me. I don't do that. I want to thank some people that have been really outstanding, and they are great libertarians and great people. Ambassador Rick Grinnell, Senator Mike Lee, Kash Patel,
Kash Patel.
and Senate candidate who's going to win from Virginia, Hung Cow.
Oh God.
I also want to pay our deepest respects to the two young missionaries from Missouri, Davy and Natalie Lloyd, that were viciously killed yesterday in Haiti. It was a horrible thing, and I just want to pay our respects to their families. They're great families, incredible people, and it's a very, very sad moment. What happened was so horrible. So, Davy and Natalie, please, thank you very much. I'd also like to express my gratitude to all the fierce champions of freedom in this room. You are champions of freedom.
You are champion.
And I'm here to talk to you about the rise of left-wing fascism in the country and to need to defeat the
My gloves don't
corrupt
fit.
and incompetent tyrant in the White House, crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of the United States. He is the worst president by far in the history of the United States. In fact,
God damn it.
In fact, I would say that Jimmy Carter is very happy tonight because he goes down as being a brilliant president by comparison. Everyone here tonight believes that we must fight for the same fundamental freedoms: freedom of expression, freedom of religion, freedom of the right to own a firearm, and freedom over taxation. Oh, that was interesting. And you're gonna like me, firearm, you're gonna like me. Nobody better than me, and we just got the
Big league.
NRA, the strongest endorsement they've ever given the NRA.
Big league.
Freedom from over-regulation, freedom from government discrimination, and we believe that we do not have a free country if we do not have free speech, and very strongly believe that. We stand opposed to government tyranny in all of its many forms. We are opposed to a government that spies on political campaigns. I wonder who that might be. Like they did on me, spies on the American people, censors us, and crushes the rights of its own citizens, which the Biden administration does. We want government out of our business, out of our wallets, and out of our lives. That's what we want.
These are the worst gloves I've ever had.
We believe that Marxism is an evil doctrine straight from the ashes of hell. Having Marxism in
These
our
gloves
government
suck.
is intolerable, and teaching it to our children is considered to us child abuse. We believe that the job of the United
just keep
States
ripping.
military is not
There.
to wage endless regime change
Huh?
wars around the globe, senseless wars. The job of the United States military is to defend America from attack and invasion here at home.
Foreign and
We
domestic.
believe that property rights are fundamental to a free society and that Joe Biden's rampant inflation is a monstrous theft from the American people. I said theft. We believe that the greatest threat to our country is not from enemies abroad, it's the tyrants, communists, fascists, and thugs attacking our rights and liberties from within. And above all else, we live by the words of the great American patriot, Patrick Henry, give me liberty or give me death. Our rights and freedoms have never been more in danger than they are right now. That is why I have come to extend a hand of friendship to ask for your partnership to defeat communism, defeat Marxism, and defeat crooked Joe Biden, who is destroying our country. He's destroying our country. We can be libertarian or anything else. This man is destroying our country. Thank you.
Take care, Sean. Just wasting time,
By the
bro.
way, why isn't Joe Biden here speaking to you tonight? You know why?
Because he's sleeping.
Why isn't he? Because he can't put two sentences together. That's why he's not. The fact is, we should not be fighting each other. If Joe Biden gets back in, there will be no more liberty for anyone in our country. Combine with us in a partnership. We're asking that of the libertarians. We must work together. Combine with us. You have to combine with us. We cannot give crooked Joe Biden 4 more years. We cannot give crooked Joe Biden 4 more years. Today's radical left Democrat Party is not the Democrat Party of years ago, which still wanted big government, but at least believed in tolerance and free speech. Joe Biden's radical left Democrat Party is a fascist movement that wants to throw you in jail. If you post a meme they don't like, they want to throw you in jail if you do something that isn't quite to their liking. What you're witnessing under Biden is a toxic fusion of the Marxist left, the
That's
deep
it.
state, the military-industrial complex.